The International Criminal Court has issued a statement in response to the current attacks directed at the ICC following reports that the court is considering to issue a warrant of arrest for Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. For more on this, we are joined by SABC International News Editor Sophie Mokoena. Good afternoon, Sophie. A very difficult time again against the ICC. Take us through the statement.
Well, the statement points to the fact that the ICC has been under pressure and many people have leveled criticism, but not only criticism, a clear attack on the institution. You know that the Prime Minister of Israel has issued a strong statement rebuking the International Criminal Court after reports came out that there's likely going to be a situation where the court is going to issue a warrant of arrest for Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu and some officials in the government of Israel, and therefore he went as far as threatening to really escalate the attack on areas such as Rafah in Palestine should this happen. And also on the other hand, the United States of America, the largest economy in the world, also putting pressure on the International Criminal Court and even went as far as entertaining the request from Israel that should a warrant of arrest be issued, the America and other countries in the north, the allies of Israel, must impose sanctions on officials of the court, including the chief prosecutor. And therefore there has been huge pressure. The inconsistency when the court take a similar decision in relation to the president of Russia, Vladimir Putin, there was no outcry. The very same countries were insisting that countries who are signatories to the Rome Statute should comply with the court in arresting President Putin, who his country is not a member of the International Criminal Court. Now you have a situation where the North is now protecting Israel, and therefore the International Criminal Court is really under pressure.
This is not the first time the ICC finds itself under pressure. How has the court handled previous cases? The
previous prosecutor that I spoke to, particularly on 2 occasions when there was an issue with the president of Sudan. Sudan was not a signatory to the Rome Statute, but there was a warrant of arrest against President Bashir after those genocide in Darfur. She was firm that they will execute their task as prescribed by the act of this court. And also when there was pressure on the prosecutor, particularly when she was moving on the issue of the role of the United Kingdom and the United States of America in Afghanistan, charging the soldiers there. Even the United States of America actually set a tone by saying that they will impose sanctions. And we know since then that one of the former prosecutors, who is now back in Lesotho, said that there were sanctions imposed on them and they couldn't travel to the US. And now we see a similar situation, but that didn't sway the officials of the court and the then prosecutor, who insisted that she was going to do her job. Until then she left office, and now the current prosecutor finds himself under a similar pressure. And unfortunately he comes from the United Kingdom. You can imagine the developed north, what they are doing, including his own country. But it looks like, judging from this statement, because it goes as far as pointing out that the court will continue to do its work, and they will include charges in relation to administration of justice under the Act or under Article 70 of the Rome Statute, where if you hamper the work or you cause disturbance or you stop the court from doing its work, then you are liable for charges. They will do that. And I expect that maybe within 48 hours we might see a movement from the International Criminal Court. My suspicion is that they are now preparing those who are resisting and who are trying to intimidate the court from doing what the court wants to do, because we don't know who are these people who are likely going to receive the warrant of arrest, because it doesn't only entail the Prime Minister, it includes the Minister of Defense in particular, who has issued statements that were very inflammatory and constituting, inciting genocide. The generals of the Israel Defense Force, including members of Hamas, because this investigation started in 2021 and they have added the charges now. It is an investigation that has been there since 2021, and therefore the intimidation, the escalation, the attack on the court clearly indicates that something is going to happen.
Sophie, I would have liked to ask you how they're going to deal with this, given that Israel is not a member of the ICC. However, unfortunately, we're going to have to leave that conversation there.